Match right here. Jeffrey Ignacio playing Warren Kiamco. We're back live. Thank God. There was a glitch in the system between us and the server, and they had to reset it. So everybody, please refresh and let everybody know to refresh. Please make a post on live stream news everywhere that you possibly can. We apologize. It was out of our hands. We're back. Oh, Lord have mercy on the world. We are back, Troy.
All right. Up and running again. That was unfortunate.
Yes.
I don't know where. Did you update them on the score?
No, I didn't. And people are probably just refreshing coming through.
Okay. Carlo did pull that match out. Of a score to 9-5. He played really well, even in right to the end. Good safety battles, and he won the majority of them. Not many mistakes. I believe he missed maybe one or two shots, and they were not easy shots. And the match at hand we have here.
Jeffrey Ignacio playing Warren Kiamco.
Here we go. Got an unfortunate kick there with the cue ball, but oh, maybe not okay. And made that ball. Excuse me. Little trouble here with. I think that 8 might go past the side. We're going to see a little bit of a safety match. For control of the table. Just got a.
Folks, we do apologize. I'm hoping everybody's refreshing and getting back into the pay-per-view. It was out of our hands. It was an issue between the server and our location. And as far as I understand, the server has been reset by the handler. So we are back live right now. They just confirmed with us via telephone that everything is fine. So we're in this match right now. What happened with the last match? Who won it? I'm sorry. Bring everybody up to date.
That was 9-5 and
Beato?
Beato.
Beato won 10-5 then, right? And we just started this match here. This is Warren Kiamco versus Jeffrey Ignacio. Once again, we do apologize for the mishap, but things on the internet happen and it's out of our hands. I'm going to have to take a quick break. I'm about to have a stroke. I was under the gun and we couldn't figure it out. And finally, the server got back to us that handled the server and said they had to reset their server. So I do apologize. I need a quick break.
There you go. We got you. I'll try and call it as best as possible without your assistance. Ooh. Not early. Little unfortunate error there. He had a relatively easy shot. Wasn't easy, but it was very makeable. See if Jeffrey's going to punish him for the miss. I expect he will. a world famous player that just jumped in the booth with us. He's gonna call a match with me, I hope. Sit down
Yeah, back in the days when I was young, I never missed a ball.
and hey, how you doing, sir?
Everything's good. Everything's good. How about yourself?
Tony's in the house.
Yeah, I want to thank everyone for tuning in and apologize for that little problem we had with the stream, but we're happy to be live again. So, present a great match over here between Warren and Jeffrey, who are both undefeated.
Yeah, this is going to be another great match that you put on. The match before I thoroughly enjoyed. It was a nice, a great battle, safeties and running out.
Yeah, but with Roberto Gomez and Carlo Beato, right?
Yes,
yeah, that was a great match.
Yeah.
So Jeffrey came from the Philippines this year, right, to the States for the first time. He's been around a bit, and what an amazing player he is.
Oh, I've seen him in Long Island play, I believe. Yeah, and he's got a nice tempo. He's aggressive too.
Mm-hmm.
He definitely shoots.
And he fires him in. He has no fear.
No fear. He doesn't get out of line. He plays really well. We're in for a real treat to watch him play.
Yeah, and I mean you see where the 9-ball is, and where the 8-ball is.
Right.
If the cue ball were where the 9-ball is,
Right.
He showed me the shot and he sliced it in the corner.
Really.
I didn't even think that was possible. I think that was humanly. I had to see it to believe it. I couldn't believe it. But I think this is going to be a great match.
Yeah. Well, Warren played a really good safety, and he outbattled him a little bit, and he won the opportunity, and he missed the one ball, and it was not an easy shot, but I would give him he'll make it 85% of the time.
Yeah, definitely. I saw the shot on the 1-ball.
And we're going to give Jeffrey one on this one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Update the scoreboard. And there we go. We got 1-0.
And it's interesting to watch these players trying to figure out how much of the one to hit. You know,
do I hit
do I hit a quarter of a ball? Do I hit a half ball? Do I hit 3/4 of a ball? Depending where they're breaking from, to try to figure out where to make that corner ball. But the key is to rack it exactly the same every single time.
Yeah.
It's not like you're using a magic rack or anything. We're using Delta 13s.
Yeah, they did. You're going to see at the end of the tournament, the winner is going to have the break figured out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I'm surprised that Jeffrey hit that one head on, but I
don't like
can only
that break.
assume. Yeah, it's very tough to make a ball on the break when you have the 9 on the spot.
We're going to welcome Kevin into the booth also.
Hey guys.
How you doing, buddy?
Very well.
And sitting here watching everybody break, I come to the conclusion the cut break with the 9-ball on the spot, play the smart break, is the way to go.
Yeah.
Mika, so far, I give the advantage to him by making balls and getting position out of the matches we've seen so far. He's been the most consistent with making a ball and with the cut break and locating the cue ball.
Yeah, I agree.
More times out of not.
But he's been using that cut break for so many years. He's got that one down to a T.
Yeah, and it's working.
Oh, yeah.
I watched a few of the other players. They were playing the cut break, but they were letting the cue ball go 3 rails almost and trying to bring it to the center. It worked okay, but not as consistent as that cut break that Mika was using.
Yeah, no, once you got it going, it's a wrap. You're controlling the cue ball, the 1-ball, coming off.
Yeah.
And you have to make sure that you hit it with enough draw to avoid having the cue ball come 1 rail and go past the side pocket.
Yeah.
But if you hit it with too much draw, it could come off 1 rail and scratch in the top
Scratching
pocket.
the top pocket. We've seen that often. We've seen it in the side. I think that it's especially in 9-ball, Tone, is Tony.
What were you saying?
That's right. especially 9-ball, with the break and making a ball, then there's only generally one or two key shots, and it's a wrap.
Yeah.
Like that game is over. So if you can get the initial breakdown and locate the 1 ball, either up table and be close to it and have a shot, the advantage is going to go to you, because if your opponent is breaking and not making a ball and leaving you at the table, now whether you play safe or you're able to make a shot, you're at the table, and you have control of the table.
That's right. That's right. And that's the name of the game, having control of the table.
Control of the table, especially at this level. Yeah, it's fun to watch. Although it is 9-ball. Generally, these pros were watching them play 10-ball, and just that one extra ball creates a whole different dynamic of a game.
Oh yeah, it's the ball spread completely different.
Different, yeah.
You have more safety play in 10-ball than you do in 9-ball.
Yes, yeah. But with the 9-ball being on the spot, and I believe they're going to use this in the Open too, right?
Yes.
Basically the same rules.
Yeah, except the call shot, call safety.
Okay.
That's just a standard rule in our tour.
You.
That's what we use on all our stops. So.
For that other, it's you don't have to call anything. It's a regular.
Right. I mean, I think you have to call, but I'm not 100% sure because I haven't played in the U.S. Open in a number of years.
What happened?
No, just don't play anymore. Too busy trying to put this stuff together for you guys.
Absolutely. I just kind of like giving you the heat.
And I enjoy it. I love it. I absolutely love it.
I know
we all do appreciate it.
Now we have a tie score of
sorry,
1-1.
1-1. We'll get you on the board here. There we go. And if you guys head over, I believe the matches are still getting updated on Gotham City Technology website, or Gotham City.
Gotham City Technologies.
Yeah, okay. And all the matches we had to reset some of the stuff, so I'm going to not be able to give you some of the updates right now until Al gets back.
Which updates were those?
Some of the other matches through Gotham City's technology, they're running all the updates on the other tables, and we had it up here before, but he had a little bit of issue going on, so we had to reset a few things.
Gotcha.
So here we go.
Well, he didn't make a ball on the break, but he didn't leave him anything.
He didn't leave him anything. Isn't that something else? We were saying that before. With it's a lot of times the balls will go around the table. Everything's spread nice, and that last ball comes in and plays, and it goes right in front of your next shot.
That's what I call the famous last-minute entry.
Last-minute entry.
Oh, wow. You don't see him do that too often. But look, he still got away with it. I think he was trying to place a cue ball behind the 6-ball. That's what he was looking at. But
he got fortunate, right? A little bit.
I mean, listen, I've been saying this for a long time. The reason why I started these rules is because I played in a tournament. I actually wrote an article about it in Billiards Digest last month. The reason why I strongly believe in these rules is because no matter what happens, the cream of the crop is still going to come to the top, right? Rise to the top.
Right.
But I've always been a firm believer that if someone were to miss 5 times in a row and leave you buried behind a ball, you should be able to have the option to give them back because they just made a mistake. Why should you pay for it, And that's simply, that's really my reasoning.
That's your reasoning, yep.
And I know people feel different there, but one thing I do know is 90% of the players that play on my tour absolutely love the rules. They told me, please never change these rules all the time. Mika, all these guys.
Right, all the top players.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know what? You want to make yourself happy. You like the rules. You like the way it's going, and you're getting good feedback from everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, for the most part, absolutely. You
most
always have one or two.
You're not going to make everybody happy.
That they say, hey, listen, I don't like the fact that that you no longer have the two-way shot with these rules. And my response to that is usually, no, I totally get it. I understand, but I'm that player that I'm willing to sacrifice a two-way shot if it means eliminating 70 to 80% of the luck factor. So.
Okay. Yeah, that's understandable. You just pulled out 50% of my game, by the way.
Yeah. Well, you know, the way I always look at it too is if you have, like, let's say, a difficult kick shot, you can kind of play a two-way shot where if you think you might be able to make the ball, you can always call it,
Right.
knowing that if you leave him safe, worst case scenario, you just get
You
to
shoot
kick again. But
right.
you have another turn at the table, and that might be the turn you need to win it. You
Right.
know.
Yeah, no, I understand the concept, and I do like it to a degree, but I know it. Tony's going to go off. That's right. I know for my game, there's I play. Sometimes I play to miss.
Oh yeah. Try to be that opportunist.
Yeah, yeah. But I guess it could also, playing by these rules, it could elevate your game, and kind of get that mentality of playing the miss. Because it's not just a two-way shot. Like sometimes I almost like play the miss, and I know he's going to leave me to safe. It's almost like I'm not even. I'm shooting to make it, but I know I'm already in my mind's eye. I'm saying to myself, I'm going to miss this, and I'm going to leave him behind here. So I guess there should be some adjustment, and just say instead of playing the miss, just call safe.
Well, also adding that additional pressure does bring out the better player out of you.
Right,
You
right,
know, trying to make it consistent as well.
right.
I don't know if he's calling this or if he's calling safe. I can't tell.
Well, he's got a good shot too.
He's calling it.
calling it. And who's at the table? Jeffrey.
Jeffrey. And
I would imagine
he's
Jeffrey.
one hell of a kicker too.
Yeah. And that was an aggressive play also. I don't see. I think Warren's a little more methodical when he plays safe. He's not going to go at a 50 or 60%er.
Yeah, most people would have kicked that two rails the other way and try to put the cube underneath the 5.97. You know, so.
Yeah.
But do you think he has just enough angle to go right in between the 5 and the cushion, even though it's a small, narrow gap?
On this shot, yeah. Yeah, he's going to come up right by the 7.
Right, look, right in between that. Look. But see, you have to hit it perfect, right? You have to have the right amount of spin. So, but he got caught a little fortunate roll there. But it was kind of he hit it with what I call smart speed or just in case speed, just in case he happens to run into the ball. He hit it with just enough speed so that the cue ball doesn't have a chance of freezing to the ball. Just knock it off enough for him to be able to do something, even if it's just a safe.
Yeah, you really don't want to marry or get too close to your work a lot of times. You're better off. You're going to have I'd rather have a longer shot than a real close shot. That's for sure.
Oh wow, look at that!
Right,
you don't see that too often.
No, but he was that close to his work where the English and the speed really
affects
take effects. And it looks like after this 5 ball, he basically sold that rack out. Here's the winner right here.
Well, that's like the equivalent of the 9 ball. I tell people that 5 ball is really the 9 ball because it's the only difficult shot you have. You make that one, everything else is easy. But he let his cue ball go a bit.
Yeah, he's still okay.
He has such great cue ball control. This kid, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, he plays real. Now he hasn't been in the state for a year. It's the first time last year in the state.
This year,
Right.
Yeah, he came like 3-4 months ago.
Well, he got a little bad on that.
And his first tournament, I believe, it was either in California or on my tour stop, and he beat Efren Reyes in the. I mean, not Efren Reyes. He beat Earl Strickland in the final.
Nice. And with the sinking of that 9 ball, Jeffrey goes up 2-1. And he has the advantage of the break, if we can call that an advantage. If you make a ball, it's a real good advantage.
Yes.
I believe the last time he broke, he tried to squat the cue ball there. He tried to plant it. He hit that with a little smash 'em up break, right?
Yeah.
About 70% or so, 65%.
Mm-hmm. Now we'll see if he continues to either hit it dead square and take or add speed, or try the cut break. You know.
Right. I love, if the table's accepting of it to smash them and hit them at the 60, 70% and try and squat that cue ball in the middle somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
If you hit it perfect, uh, it's like, especially a 9-ball, you make 1 or 2 balls, it's cakewalk from there on out. Everything's spread open real nice. It's a perfect break.
Someone told me that last year when Shane Van Boening won the U.S. Open, he was breaking from the middle with the 9 racked on the spot. He was hitting them dead square, and the corner ball kept going in.
Really?
So, and he did that almost every match. So, I mean, I don't know if that's true or not, but if he were able to, that's pretty strong.
Yeah, he had it working. He tried it again.
He cut it a bit, though, and it was probably an accident. I don't think it was intentional.
Well, he made a ball in the side that got kicked, and he also made a 9-ball. We were mentioning this before the 2 other matches. This table, the 9-ball is gravitating towards this right-hand corner or the left-hand corner, the way we're looking at, almost every other break.
Oh wow! I didn't know that. Well,
three or four games, 3 games. The last match resulted in either a 1-9, 2-9, or a carom early in the match.
Which probably means that one of the bottom 2 balls
a little loose,
is loose, yep.
Or not loose, but when you roll up the rack and you pinch them forward, not pinch them forward, but you roll them forward, it kind of locks them in. But you can also push them up, and as you're spinning them backwards, and relieving the tension off of those 3 balls,
that's right.
They tend to follow down a little bit. Not that it's...
And a lot of times it's just a table. It just won't cooperate.
Right, it won't cooperate. You're trying to get a tight rack. You're not saying you're doing anything wrong by rolling the balls into place, because they're all frozen. It's just how they're racking.
Mm-hmm.
Some tables have like a sweet spot.
That's right. Well, on my tour, I have a rule where if the cue ball, the 1 ball doesn't freeze on the spot, you're allowed to move it up to 1 full ball above that.
1 full ball?
Yeah, 1 full ball until you find a spot.
Forward?
Right, forward, not backwards. and then, so over here for this tournament, since we're ranking the 9 on the spot, we're allowing them to move it up until you find a spot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
especially here. Generally, pool rooms, they have that spot, and that 1 ball, whether they're playing 9-ball, 10-ball, any kind of rotation, or 8-ball, that 1 ball's going on a spot.
Mm-hmm.
And if they're not getting tight racks, they give it a little tappy tap, and that area will settle into the 1 ball being on a spot. Now, we've just changed the little dynamic of the game, and you're putting the 9-ball on a spot. Sometimes they're having a little difficulty racking.
Right.
You see them push them around a little bit, but not too bad. I'm surprised we didn't have more issues with the guys racking and looking over the racks, and it's been very good.
Oh yeah.
It really has. I like it.
Well, we're going to go back to 10-ball when we do the Steinway Classic, November 1st through the 3rd. At Steinway Billiards, so we're very excited about that, and wanted to give a special thank you to the owner, Manny Stamatakis, and Anna, his wife, and George. What a phenomenal job they do with their place. Look at that.
Wow.
That's a surprise. It's uncharacteristic of Warren to make 3 mistakes in 3 racks. You don't see him do that too often.
And Jeffrey's going to make him pay again.
Yeah. But we have. We had a stellar field here, and we're going to have an even more stellar field at the Steinway Classic, because all the Taiwanese players, including Ko Pin-yi,
the brothers are coming, right?
Yeah, that played at the U.S. Open are going to come down to Steinway to play in that one. We already have 102 players signed up out of 128.
Wow. And you always, just like that 6-ball that comes around the table.
Yep.
You're always going to have those last-minute entries.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And just like we did in this tournament.
Right. Well, you texted me the night before. You had 1 spot open, and I appreciate the offer. I know I'd be busy here with Al. And I think I'm not in stroke to be trying to play with these big boys. These guys are killers. with the sinking of that 9-ball, Jeffrey takes the lead again. Well, is it still in a lead?
Yeah, 3-1. I want to give a special thank you to to Predator for becoming a title sponsor, and they've been instrumental in the success of the tour. You know, so I want to give them a special shout out in Delta 13, Ozone Billiards, all our tour sponsors, and also Steinway Billiards, as you see there in the background. It's also the flyer for the Steinway Classic. So we're definitely looking forward to a stellar event there.
And here we go with the break, and that's going to be, there we go.
All right, he kind of tried to hit those square too, you know, and he hit it a little bit to the left,
Yeah.
and yeah, I think he accidentally hit it left, but nothing fell. I think they really need to start using that cut break.
Yeah, I think so too. Oh, stand by. Kevin's going to try and take these graphics off for you. I'm stuck over here in the corner. Yeah, I missed the break, and I guess he, Tony tried the just a smash break on that one.
Yeah, he hit it a hair to the left, but he was trying to hit it dead square, and nothing went in.
Well, he just poked that in like he was practicing, right?
Yeah, it's a hanger. It's a hanger for him. When you're playing every day like that, Troy, you know how it is.
Yeah,
everything looks like the easiest
easy.
shot on the planet.
Big pockets. And he's got those young eyes, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
Now,
But he's only like 22, I think.
Yeah, we were
right?
discussing that before, right? Like it takes a good hour of staying relatively close to the table to get your eyes to focus quickly.
Oh, yeah.
And zoom in.
Sorry.
And when you're 22 years old, it's much quicker. They just zoom right in. It's like an autofocus on a camera, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like they don't even think about it, and they have no fear either. Well, I can't tell if he has an angle here or not. I guess he did.
I don't.
I was just wondering if he would have had to come back up and down the table, but I don't think he needs to.
I believe at this point, even if he did,
It doesn't matter.
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's like a walk in the park.
This guy's like a machine.
Yeah, you know what? Warren has created a little bit of a hole for himself by the two misses, and Jeffrey has made him pay.
Big time.
Big time, right? With that, we got a score of 4-1, and Jeffrey has the break. Advantage to Jeffrey, because if he can make a ball here and get a shot, he's going to really put the screws to Warren.
I want to give a special thank you to Ron Mason of Gotham City Technologies as well, who has been going all out for the tour. He does some incredible work for us, so I thank you for that, buddy. And he's also doing the live scoring.
Yeah, no,
So, you know, I believe if you go to GothamCityTechnologies.com, you can find that there. But
yeah, you see a lot of people just pitching in.
Oh, yeah,
you know, for the cause.
Rob Bowman from PoolOnTheNet.com. He built the site from us brand new this year, and everyone loves the site and so much better. So and we're fortunate to have so many people be a part of our team.
Yeah, it just doesn't happen with one person.
No way.
And I think a lot of the people that give, they're giving because just of the love of the game. We want to see everybody succeed in this great game that we all love so much.
Oh, yeah.
And here we go with the squat break at
Looks like he's aiming at that square.
yeah,
And you see how he accidentally hit it on the other side,
Yeah.
and still didn't make
He
anything.
lost the cue ball a little
Right?
bit to the side pocket side, and you know what? That break don't work.
Yeah, you know what it is. I think what's happening is that they don't realize, or not that they don't realize. Some of them just probably aren't. I know Warren is familiar with the cut break because I've seen him use it for many
Right.
years. But I'm not sure if Jeffrey is comfortable with the cut break or not. But he's such a great talent that I think if he just tried it a couple of times,
Pick up on it.
he'll figure it out right away.
Yeah,
You know, I don't think it'll take him long at all.
He got a little funny on that. This is not an easy shot.
I mean, sometimes you end up in a spot where you see just enough to the ball where all you gotta do is just hit it and it goes straight in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. And you're
Thank
back.
you.
That's all right. Tony had to explain it. What was the rolling there for?
Well, Jeremy Saucy is playing Carlo Beato now on another table, and they came up to me and asked me, is it a foul if you strike the cue ball and move an object ball? It is.
Yeah, it is.
Once the cue ball has been struck,
In motion.
anything that moves is an automatic foul. But if you move it beforehand, it's not a foul.
Right.
Your opponent has the option.
Unless you move two balls,
Or two or more balls.
more
yeah.
balls, right?
Regardless of whether or not you hit it. That's
Right.
correct.
And Warren really needs this rack. He can't let this match continue to go any further without striking back. And he'll have a good opportunity here. Hopefully the 6 passes for him and be able to get out here and then have the break and an opportunity to get back within striking distance. Because with the alternate break, you let your opponent get too many games ahead, you're just asking for trouble. He looks like he's going to get out here, but he seems to be struggling a little bit. I think after this, and if he he gets the break, you may see him catch a gear. All right. With that, Warren gets in striking distance with the break.
Right.
And
All right.
Al is back. And Al, I just updated the score. We are at 4-2
Okay.
with Warren struggling a little bit, but now he has an opportunity with that making of the last 9 ball and the break now to get within striking distance again and gaining control of the table.
Right. I want to thank Tony
Yeah.
Robles for sitting in.
Can you hear me?
I needed him. Yes, we hear you.
Okay.
Yeah. Tony, thank you for sitting in. I needed a little bit of break. We had a little hectic time there,
Yeah.
and I just needed a break. I'm good as gold. Thank you.
I can't thank you guys enough for all that you do, man. It's
Wow.
like no matter how many times I thank you, it's never enough.
Well, we appreciate you just as much.
Tony's got a big smile on his
Yeah.
face.
No,
Where do
what
we always wind up when we're talking on the stream?
What happened was, I don't know if you know, it's a friend of ours named May Eng.
I know her. Yes.
And she just brought us Spumoni Gardens, which is one of the most famous pizza. You had it out.
Yes.
You had it.
Troy and I had it the other night. We went
Oh,
over.
yeah.
Like
I'll be
that-
right back, gentlemen.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, sure you will.
And we're talking about Sicilian slices. Well, this is Sicilian pie coming in. Warren Kiamco set the break, and he trails here by 2, right? It's 4-2.
Yes, 4-2. And he played the smash and break, and he made a ball, has a shot on the 1, and an opportunity. Not a fun shot, but he does have a shot. If he, the 1 and the 3 are the winners. As Tony would say, they're the 8 and 9 ball of this rack. Well, he elected to push out. He'd rather fair his chances in a safety battle than letting Jeffrey back up at the table. We're going to see if this strategy works out for him. See if the older, wiser player here can outfox the younger shooter. Nice speed there, locking it 1 ball up next to the 6. Warren may leave a shot. It's possible he leaves a shot here. Yep. Advantage to Jeffrey in that safety battle. He got a little fortunate that the 6 came over by the 3. Made it possible, but he's showing you where he's going to put the cue ball, or has to put the cue ball. You can also follow it and move the furniture a little bit, because if he overruns that, he's going to be blocked out.
We understand Call Boys and Moore are really going at it right now. It's like John Moore is on his way back. It's 8-7 right now.
Right.
We do not have the...
Stand by. Wow, great safe there. I'll step out of the booth for a few minutes and I'll continue to call.
We are, as usual.
Live scoring is going temporarily not so live. Oh, really?
Okay. All right, that was a nice safety play, and it allowed Jeffrey to take advantage. It looks like he doesn't have too much trouble after this. He's going to make the 4. Yeah, I don't foresee any
Playing
problems.
it for the side pocket, huh?
Yeah.
Pretty accurate right there.
Yeah,
Jeffrey Ignacio,
he took control of that match. He played a really jam-up safe. Even knowing that he was trying to get position on it, if he got in a decent spot, he was either going to make it or he'd have a real good safe. That was a smart play. I'm going to step away for a minute.
Yeah, go ahead. 7 ball into the corner, 8 ball into the side, come back down for the 9 in the same pocket as the 7 is going in. We apologize, guys, for the interruption that happened for about 5 minutes. It wasn't on our end. It was actually the server's end, so we do apologize for that. And we're glad that everybody's back. And Jeffrey Ignacio is going to put another one on his side of the board. It's going to be 5-2. We want to thank MolinariGlove.com. That's Molinari Glove. And Earl Strickland has one on, Ron Mason. I mean, just like they're all over New York City and throughout the states. Make sure to check out MolinariGlove.com. Also, Aramis, the best equipment you can use, the best balls on the table. Along with the best felt, of course, is Simonis. Gotham City Technologies, our guy to go to when we got issues. That's where we go. We go to Gotham City Technologies, the best guy that you can depend on. Gotham City Technologies. Thank you, Ron. And, of course, for your billiard supplies, Ozone Billiards. That's ozonebilliards.com. Jeffrey says, we're going to put a .com right. He says, I want to put another dot up on the string as he gets set to break here. In Game 8, he leads 5-2. Cue ball inching towards the side pocket and falls in. Ball in hand for Warren Kiamco. And anytime you give Warren ball in hand is dangerous. The 5 does go, by the way, right past the 7 into the corner pocket. It's just the way that Warren's going to go about getting from the 4 to the 5, and being that the 4 is lying right there next to the side pocket. Excuse me. I'm a little hyper. By the side pocket, he should be okay. Overran the 3 a little bit, but I think he can hold it just enough below the 4 into the sides to draw back for the 5 in the corner. He wants to be real precise on the 5. He doesn't really want to bump the 6 unless he really has to. He'd rather take the 5 clean. You know, we started this match and we didn't get a chance to actually introduce a lot of our sponsors like we normally do, and we apologize for that also. We were kind of under the gun. But just to bring you up to date, the U.S. Open is coming up October 24th through the 30th, and AccuStats will be streaming that pay-per-view. Make sure to check out AccuStats.com. And right after the U.S. Open, of course, November 1st through the 3rd, we'll be heading back to Steinway Billiards in Astoria, Queens, New York, to bring you the 128-man field for the 4th annual Steinway Classic. Just about the same field from the U.S. Open will be in Steinway. They already paid and confirmed that they will play. And then at one point, AZB-TV will be heading up to Providence, Rhode Island, to another great room, Snookers. That's November 21st through the 22nd, I believe. I'll check on that. I'll pull up the graphics momentarily. I believe it's November 21st through the 22nd for the Ocean State 9-Ball Championship, combined with the Josh Northeast 9-Ball Tour, Mr. Mike Zoglin's tour. It's 5-3 with Warren breaking. And that's all due to the scratch by Jeffrey Ignacio off the break. Just to bring you up to date, Earl Strickland will be playing. What was it, Joe? Mike Wong won that? Jason Klatt won it? Earl Strickland either is playing Jason Klatt right now. I'm not really sure. I don't have the live scoring open, but in case you want to know what's going on around the room, you can go to that link right there. Take a quick screenshot of this and just type that into a browser, and you will see every table live scored, courtesy of Gotham City Technologies, and Mr. Joe Torres is on scene handling that. take that screenshot. I'm going to have to take it down. The cream is rising to the top here. We are behind schedule about an hour and a half on one of the matches that put us behind, but we're doing the best we can to keep it rolling. And I'm going to find out shortly who's coming up next, and we'll get that information out to you also. Right now, Jeffrey Ignacio is back in the office. Jeffrey Ignacio was out in the Philippines for a while, hanging around with the Rolly Baron, and came back to the States to participate not only in this, also the U.S. Open and the Steinway Classic. And Jeffrey Ignacio threatened to put it up another beat, and he does it so casually and at a very nice tempo with very little movement of the cue ball, which I like. I believe in less movement, the better. I mean, there are players that like to spin that rock around the whole table.
You talking about me again? I'm back.
Yeah, I'm talking about, talk about somebody who likes to move the cue ball. My co-pilot right here, Troy, and New Jersey pool player is one of them.
Oh, Jeffrey's.
And to each his own. I mean, you know.
Yeah. Jeffrey, well, I get myself into trouble. This is the way to play is if you're going to tell someone how to play, you play like these guys. You play the smart shots and you play the safes when you need be, and trying to not move the cue ball and play the patterns is definitely you're going to become a winner that way. But the game is fun, too. And you have to keep the fun in it. And for me, the fun part of that game is to be a little creative. Here we go. I guess he's sticking with this, his game plan of breaking and not making balls. Oh, did he make? No, he did not make a ball again. So you better come up with a different game plan with that break. It's at least the third time I see him use that break and not make a ball. Besides not making them, they're not really spread really nice either. I know I talk about the break an awful lot, but it's one of the key shots in this format. I believe he called a safe. Trying to go 2 rails. It was a nice hit. He didn't get as unfortunate as he liked to do with getting the cue ball behind the 6 or the 3 as blockers. He has his hands full here. He's got some work to do. two ball has a limited amount of pockets you can shoot it in. He's okay
Well, does it
now.
go past the 5?
Yeah, it goes. I mean, he has. There's a little
Doesn't
bit.
look like it.
He's got a little traffic here and there.
It looks like he can shoot the 2 on the side, just go between that big window, the
Yeah.
9 and the 6. But
Yeah.
he's hitting this with inside here. He's just going to, it may go in the corner. Oh, he's
Watch
playing
the
in the
side
opposite.
pocket.
The opposite corner pocket.
Yeah, he's got pockets, but he has a little work to do. He's got to get on the right side of each ball to maneuver the traffic they have with the table. That was one of the key shots, and he got on a good side of it.
Sure did. This way you can just draw back and the 4 will go past the 8 and to the side. Now, I think you want to create an angle. Don't come underneath the 4 too much. Create an angle so you can go around the 9 with the cue ball. Something like that there. Or maybe just go back and forth from this point. This is all right.
Here you just bump it out to the center of the table.
Yep. Again, the movement of the cue ball. Minimal. Thank you so much.
And it's effortless of hitting the cue ball. You really don't need much speed to get the cue ball to move around the table on these conditions. It's a beautiful day here in New York City. Humidity levels peak. It's a beautiful late October day. Cool and crisp, no humidity, and the balls are just rolling.
And I just want to let everybody know, because a lot of people do know this gentleman that I'm going to mention. Haven't seen him in a while, and I see this guy coming towards me, and closer and closer he got. Then I finally recognized him. Steve Paz. Steve Paz used to be a great action player, always hanging around with Steve DeRuction and the whole crew, Lolo, back in the day. And Steve Paz is here.
Is that a local New Yorker there, Hal?
This gentleman right behind you used to be one of the biggest gamblers throughout the tri-state area.
Nice.
Steve Paz, and a great player, and 3-cushion player too.
Nice.
Yeah. He beat Ray Kudemans in the race to 25.
Yowza.
Yeah. It was like an exhibition, and they had a couple of the players up at Skyline, and it was $50 to play the champions. And Steve said, "Yeah, I'll play you some, and if you beat him in an even race to 25, you get a stick." And Stevie beat Raymond. Stevie said he ran a 4, a 3, a 1, a 5. So that's a pretty good average, and to get there.
Yeah, the top pro players in 3-cushion average about a point an inning.
Well, that's yesteryears, okay? Today, it's like they got to average 2.5, really, just to stand up with the pros today. It used to be 1.5.
I thought it was 1.5.
Yeah, 1 and a 5. That was like 10 years ago.
Really?
Yeah, they come a long way since then. Yeah,
2?
Yeah.
No
yeah,
way.
Yeah.
I got to see.
You want to hold up with the big boys today.
No
you
way.
better have good average.
2's crazy.
It is crazy.
That's nuts. There's no. What Al and I are speaking of is a 3-row cushion. They count the innings and count the points. And they just come up with an average. I mean, the top players are, I'm going to say they're averaging 1+, like 1.5, 1.4.
Pretty scary.
And that's really strong. If you shoot, you miss. Now you got to run a 3, and so forth. But they're running packages of 5s and 6s and 7s.
I remember when Sang Lee, just to tell you a quick story, I was at Karam and they were having a world tournament, and Sang Lee and Bloomdahl were just practicing, and Bloomdahl happened to run a 20 during practice, and as we were sitting there, and Sang Lee says, "Oh, I didn't know you were so serious when you practice," and Sang Lee got up there and ran a 21.
Wow.
How's that for an average? That all goes towards your average.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Maybe they were averaging 4 or 5.
Right, and you throw a 20 in there, that brings that average up. How about if, like the way I play, if you miss like 3 in a row, where's that bring it to?
Just brings you down slightly.
Getting back, Warren, believe, even though he's popping the cue ball and he's squatting it, he has been making balls every rack.
Played safe there, I guarantee you that. Definitely called it safe there.
He has that breakdown pretty well. Even though we were talking about the game plan of using the cut break, maybe a little more prudent of a break to go with, their plan to go with. But he seems to be making a ball or two every break. I believe the first 2 racks he maybe didn't make a ball with that plan, but since then he's been making a ball and coming up pretty good. Only problem with that break is that the 1 ball, it goes up towards the diamond. As with the cut break, they're playing it towards closer towards the side, and it's softer, so it either hangs up on a corner or it's somewhere in the middle of the table. Well, we'll continue to monitor that because I think it's going to play a bigger role the closer we get to the end here. Nice kick and speed. Oh, watch the hit. He may want to call he's going to call a 1 ball. You may want to call a ref in to make a judgment call on this. But if the 9 moves before the 1 is potted, it'll be a bad hit. But you'll be able to see it. He wasn't chancing it.
He used all those defensive ends right there.
Yeah.
Just to let the cat out of the bag, Laurie John Jones. Ming is feeding upstate Al over here. They went out and they bought the Sicilians, and he just threw another square in front of me.
There's pizza in the house? Al again. That's how they keep you coming back, I believe, Al.
Thank you so much, guys.
They're good friends of Tony, and they got to be good people. Friends with Tony.
They travel all around the world, different places. They might be in New York right now. You might find them in Germany tomorrow.
Really?
Yeah, unbelievable. Unbelievable. And they did play on the tour, too, occasionally. Yeah. Anyway, Warren Kiamco, did I have the score right? I put it up right, 6-4?
I believe so, yeah. Been neglecting our duties a little bit, getting distracted, but I think we're on key here.
If you hear silence, it's because I got to do some paperwork.
Yeah. Square paperwork. Yeah, Warren gave himself a nice opportunity to move this a little closer with a good safe there. Yeah, good. This when they're afforded the opportunity to get out, they're getting out, and that makes these safety battles that much more important. I know offense wins the games, but it seems the trend that this defensive game is as important. Wins matches. Should have no problem here. Al's getting ready to mark up 1 for Warren, and 6.
I am.
5. Barring any
Earthquake.
1 in a million miscue or anything crazy happening. But you know what? It does happen on occasions, but not this time.
And I was going to let the cat out of the bag. What I was going to say was Laurie John Jones will be in the commentator's booth. They are out eating lunch. We'll probably have her in here either with us or she'll be in here with Tony. I could gladly step out and put Laurie John in, or with Troy. And we'll get the Queen of Pool, Laurie John, coming up after she has her, is it lunchtime?
Yeah,
lunchtime, yeah.
Almost dinner. Yeah, Laurie John, her last name now?
Hanson.
As Laurie John Oganowski, she was the youngest women's straight pool World Open player. She won that, I believe, at the age of 14 years old. Held out at Greenbrook. Her family had a pool room in Greenbrook that they used to play out of. I can't say enough nice things about
That's Greenbrook, New Jersey.
Yep, Greenbrook, New Jersey. I can't say enough nice things about her late dad.
Well, I'll tell you what, and I know Bob Mucci's probably watching because Jason's in it, one of his sponsored players.
Right.
Laurie John played in it.
That's
Bob,
been a team forever.
yes, that was a team. Laurie John and Bob's been a team forever, is correct. And Bob, of course, used to give Laurie John cue sticks and stuff as one of his sponsored players, and we were able to get him off of Laurie John cheaper than we get him off of Bob. Don't punish her. We had a lot of fun. I'm talking years ago.
Yeah, I remember he was like the original low deflection shaft creator.
Well, back then.
78, 79 years, in 1978, 79, he had this cue, and he's trying to explain to players, all right, don't aim here, aim here. And, you know, I'm a snot-nosed kid at 12 years old. I got no time for that. I wasn't paying any mind. But thinking back, he had devised a shaft, and he was telling people how just aim for the spot. Don't aim for the squirt. And Laurie John was one of his long time. She has been playing with Mucci for years.
Well, I'll tell you what, how everything evolved. Back then, the Mucci was so springy that everybody liked it because you got great action out of it.
Right.
And then all of a sudden it evolved into low deflection and stuff. But years ago, everybody, if you had a Mucci, you were like in with Flint, you know?
Yeah, it was.
And still a great stick. The line of
Absolutely.
sticks that he's out with right now.
Oh, the new
Jason
shaft?
Shore, yeah, the new shaft.
New shaft is awesome.
Bob is like a rocket scientist when it comes to making pull cues.
And I don't know if you got to look at Laurie John's cue. She has
The new one that he just gave it down
Yeah.
at Super Billiards Expo,
Yeah, yeah.
unbelievable, unbelievable.
There's hearts, diamonds, and all kinds of jewelry inside.
Stevie,
of the
sit
cue.
down. Sit over there, Stevie. We get Steve Paz in the booth. No, I know a lot of you guys haven't heard him in a long time. We have a headset over there if you want. Stevie, sit down.
With Warren pocketing the 9-ball, we're going to update the score to 6-6, and he
Stevie up.
knotted it up at 6. And this we have a potential for a hill match
Get
here.
that microphone in front of your mouth a little bit more, Stevie. A little bit more. Up. There we go. Perfect. We want to hear him. Hey, welcome aboard, Steve Paz, the man that used to be the man, the myth, and the magic when it came to action. And Steve Paz was around. You always found Steve the Russian. Hey, Stevie, long time no see. Welcome aboard.
Thank you, thank you. I can't mess with these guys. These guys don't miss a ball.
There's a lot of new people, right?
Young blood in the sport, right?
Yep.
It's been a long time, I tell you. Talk about three cushion. I was just telling everybody about the three cushion exhibition match you had with Ray Kudman.
Yeah, I was surprised.
He surprised you too, huh?
Flashbacks, you know, sometimes.
And you know, when we go back, you know, years ago, it's like if you were averaging 1.5, that was like top pro. Now they're up to like 2.5.
Wow. Hey, there,
It's a scary thing.
just now Warren with this, he's going to go with the smash and break again. He's been having pretty good results with it until I gave him the.
The commentator's jinx.
Almost,
What do you got?
yeah, he got
Side
it.
pocket.
Two ball winner.
That was more of a cut smash and break. He hit that with a little pace and went to the side rail.
And here's a guy that's working behind the scenes with AZB TV, Mr. Joel Shapiro, big supporter of pool, many, many moons.
This shot's not easy. He's going to have to probably play the 3 in the side. It's hard to hit it soft to get in the corner.
Yeah, there's a speed control. These diamonds will bounce.
Yeah, you can get inside. On the corner.
You know, he got perfect angle, you know, to play it up in the corner and just slide the rock over a little bit towards the right long rail on your monitor. Now, whether he gets straight or has an angle, he'll be okay.
Yeah, the 4 is very close to the pocket. It's not a problem.
Now he wants to have an angle on the 5, so even if he holds the rock in that line of fire, he
Just draw
looks
it
like he's
back
drawing it back
a
to
little
shoot
bit.
it.
Yeah, shoot the 5 in the corner with an angle. Got a little too straight.
You know, he can power draw it back and spin it right between the 8 and the 6 and wind up good too. These guys are amazing. You know, when you do this on a constant basis, stroking a ball and firing into these diamond pockets isn't easy by far. They make it look easy, and a lot of people out there that are viewing like these up-and-coming players, they might want to get on a diamond, and then when they try this, they get frustrated because it's not the easiest shot to come with. And I've seen many champions miss this shot. Let's sweat this from the other angle.
Drawing.
That's what he tried to do.
Didn't get position.
Trouble in River City, and it's spelled P-O-O-L, folks. Do you like him trapping the cue behind the 7 or going
No,
for the
he's
bank?
He's going for the 6. If he misses it, he's going to miss it in the long rail, so he's not going to leave a shot.
But this is call shot, call safety.
He would have been better for the 6.
Yeah, they managed, so it's all right.
This is a tester. You know, I think what you do is you just stop the cue ball there and accept your lumps, huh?
Yep.
And accept
Try
the
to
shot.
draw, you miss it by a little bit, and then you miss the shot.
Right. The young gun, Jeffrey Ignacio. We call him the killer from Manila. You're number 2 there, Tone?
Yeah, am I? Okay, good.
Tony
He
Robles.
don't normally spears these in like it's a joke.
Listen, we were
Yeah.
talking about stopping the cue ball right there and taking
No,
your lumps.
this is a hanger for him. I watch him practice many times. Even if the cue ball are almost frozen, he spears those in like it's a joke.
What's the secret? What's the secret coming out of the Philippines?
You
What are
know-
they eating over there? Something like magical.
They're very, very strict about practice over there. Extremely strict.
Yeah, well, yeah, that, we know that. And they don't play fish over there. They play piranhas.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Ignacio goes up by 1, and the score is now is 7-6. We're coming to you live from Gotham City Billiard Club right here in Brooklyn, folks, 93 Avenue U. I'm upstate out with AZB TV. Mr. Tony Robles, the silent assassin, and off to my right is the man, the myth, and the magic, Mr. Steve Paz.
Yeah. I
We
haven't
miss
seen-
you, Stevie.
Yeah, I haven't seen Steve in so many years. Such a pleasure to see him here today.
It's fun to see everyone here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember, you used to get, boy, what a heart. You always had a heart of a champion, too, man. That's the crazy thing,
Absolutely.
right?
Absolutely.
Calling the Tasmanian devil, boy.
Came into the pool room and everything got stirred up.
Yeah.
Talking about action. But Stevie took the wrong route. He went priority with family instead of pool.
Very smart man.
Yes, absolutely. Always was.
They don't break from the side, I see. They break from the middle.
Yeah, they have to break from the box
Oh.
because that's how they're playing in the U.S. Open. So we wanted this to be a kind of like a warm-up event for the U.S. Open.
And the 9 ball is, when in the rack, is spotted on the spot.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I'm chewing in your ear.
But I'm telling you, Al, it's surprising to me how we've been saying since the beginning of the match how these gentlemen are consistently hitting the head ball. Nothing's dropping, and they're not making an attempt to use a cup break.
Well,
Because
you know,
if I got news for you, if they do that in the U.S. Open, they're going to have a tough time winning.
I think everybody's going to have a tough time
Yeah.
with this new break format. But, you know, I'm staying in the room, in the hotel room, me, Roberto Gomez, and Dennis Acolo. And Roberto just, last night, I popped that question at him. I said, what do you think is the best break? Is just smash him up and hard as you can? And he said, no. He says he loves the cut break.
Yeah.
He says the cut break seems to be working more than anything.
Mm-hmm. And that's how he played against Carlo Beato, right?
And
They both use a card break. Oh, look at this.
Yeah,
This
we-
might be a game changer here.
I would have played in the left hand
Yeah.
corner.
Yeah, that's what I would have done. They'd come right
Easy
around the 7,
position.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2 rails. That's what I thought. He might be able to make this. I think he's going to call it. I just don't know if he's going to go 3 rails and play the 5 in the corner pocket, or if he's going to just. He looks like he's going to go 3 rails.
3 rails.
Just have to make sure that he doesn't run into the 8 on the way back.
Blind
It doesn't matter. He missed the ball anyway.
loses from here.
This will be interesting, right?
well, he's not going to get this back if Jeffrey can see any
He's
part
got
of that
it. I think
Yeah.
No?
But I'm just saying this will be interesting playing position
come out long.
here. You know, you got to be careful not to scratch on the side. You know, that's what he's looking at. You see,
Well,
if you run into the 6, you might
why
come off
go
the
that
6
way?
off the 5. You
why
can
don't
go
you
past
go?
the 8.
Why don't
Yeah.
you go 4 ball, long rail to the right, and come out on top of the 5, shooting it just where it is now.
Well, you're talking about inside spin and hitting it. That's another way. You see, look at that. Look at that. Look, boom. You see, and if it comes off the 5, you see
The
That's
side
exactly
pocket.
right. But that's what I said. I said he's either going to go off the 6 off the side, right, or the 6 and then the 5 and then to the side. You know,
Yeah.
it was a dangerous shot. And the thing is that since the cloth is new, if the cloth was old and worn out, or older and worn out, he could have gone 3 rails the opposite way with the inside spin. But over here, the cue ball would slide. That was a huge game there because now it's got, he has a chance to tie it 7-7.
Folks, you know, we've been neglecting to put these up on the left and the right side of your screen there, and you can see a lot of the sponsors that are on board with the Predator Pro-Am Tour. And if you would like to be a sponsor, notice on the bottom of that graphic, you can get in touch with Tony Robles right there at the PredatorProAmTour.com. And he would welcome you with open arms, along with these great companies that he already has on board.
Well, this one was looking to be a barn burner, and a barn burner it is, right?
Yes, absolutely. It's got every inclination of going hill, that's for sure. And I love the hills.
Oh, yeah. Those are my favorite
You know,
matches.
and come down to the
I love being in them and winning them, but not losing them.
yeah. Well, I like when it's hill and it comes down to a safety play with the 6 balls, 7 and 8 left on the table. Warren Kiamco strikes again, 7-7. And let me tell you something. You think this is a lineup? Everything's being recorded, and so we're just screwing the mics around over here. We're changing seats. We'll get Troy back on the air shortly. And Troy is back. You think this is a match right here? Wait till you see the next match. Mike DeShane, the fireball, going against RoboCop, Dennis Acolo out of the Philippines. Up next. Guys, if you can, share it on the social media. Let everybody know we appreciate it. We're doing as much as we can to bring this stream to you.
Well, we have a battle going on here, huh?
Yeah.
Not many mistakes are made, right? I stepped out for a minute, but they are battling. What's going on?
How many players are coming back tomorrow?
Good question, Stevie. I'll have to answer that in the morning, but right on your screen is Molinari Glove. That's molinariglove.com, and Warren Kiamco says we're going to go .com. Let's go back to the break.
Five ball.
They made a ball.
Notice the 7 and the 4 come into play here.
Yeah, with that break, as we stated before, that 1 ball goes up towards the diamond or the Brunswick, however you want it to.
You know, you really have to kick at this. You really don't want to roll out, because if you roll out, you're just going to give Ignacio a chance to get to the table and play you safe here.
Right.
So I'd like kicking this 2 rails, hitting the 1 ball on the right side. You don't want to get underneath the 1. Hit it on the right side, firing it towards the left upper left-hand corner with a nice amount of speed. The cue ball deflects and comes down by the 3-9 area. And if you miss it with the right speed, you can put that one ball back up there where the chalk is at the upper shorthand rail.
Yeah, you like that shot? I like pushing
I
him.
like it better than pushing out.
I like giving him distance here.
Well, what's the reward here? You're giving your opponent a
I
chance to
would
get out
push
of a
behind
seat.
the ball here.
Right, that's where I would have pushed.
For a jump?
No, for a kick.
Kick,
Wow,
This is
how
good,
did he
too.
push there?
That's good.
But again, you know, you're talking about guys that can lock you up.
It's hard to lock up from this distance with this.
For you,
Yeah, well, he's gonna play a nice little easy save.
oh,
Hard save.
For me and him.
yeah, he's not shooting that shot for my money. Not after I saw that.
Yeah, I think that was a smart move by Warren. He the elder statesman outmoved him a little bit. He used the aggression of the young shooter Jeffrey to his advantage.
What's he going to do here?
You can't see it, you don't think?
No, he's got the 3, but he's got to get a good position on the 4.
On the 4.
That's a key shot.
They come right back to where he is.
Play it in the corner and go around the 8. Bottom left-hand corner.
Oh
go
wow,
around the 8
look at
maybe.
you. That's a shot, Al.
I think he's playing in the side.
Playing aside, because he can still go
Just
2
come to-
rails or even 1 rail and use a spin.
One rail.
And just go back up.
Yeah, come squat by the 6 ball.
Yeah.
Just don't let
Nice
the 6
shot.
get in your way.
Nice
Yep,
shot.
6 ball, watch out.
Nice shot. Bravo.
Good speed.
You know how hard it is to come with that shot when it's 7-7?
Well, he wanted to come out a little further, I think. He gave the chalk a tap on the table like he was a little bit disappointed.
He is a perfectionist.
Yeah. He's not going to play it inside now because he didn't want to lose the
He's
cue
going to
ball
have to
too
punch
far.
it a little bit then.
Yep.
Split the heart of the pocket.
Gave it a little bit too much. He overran that a little bit.
Well, you can throw it back to the rail, right? Back
Yeah.
up.
It's a lot nicer if you can just stop it right there too, or bring it back an inch or so. Now he's going to do a little work. It's no problem, but he's moving a cue ball, like you said before. These guys like to.
How'd he get? A little too straight.
Yeah. You got to stretch a little bit, but
Cheat these pockets is pretty easy when you're Warren Kiamco.
with the sinking of this 9 ball,
Uh-oh. Sound like Devil Dave now.
we're going to go with the advantage to Warren and with the break to Jeffrey. So this has the making of a hill match just on serve alone, break serve alone.
There you see the U.S. Open, folks, is the next one coming up October 24th through the 30th. AccuStats will be bringing you that pay-per-view. Check with AccuStats.com for your early bird special and keep abreast of what AccuStats is doing because they got another Make It Happen. And then right after the U.S. Open, we're heading right back to Steinway Billiards in Astoria, Queens, New York. The address is 3525 Steinway Street. Home of the Hustlers, the true television reality show. And 128 strong come back from the South from the U.S. Open to participate for a $10,000 first place prize.
And Jeffrey come up dry again. He's sticking with that break. He's come up dry. And watch out here. We do have a potential. We have a little potential for a safe. And that 9 ball is hanging a little bit.
Stick him right behind the 5.
There you go.
The Tasmanian Devil. He never forgot a shot. He's kidding. He's I don't shoot no more. He always said I don't shoot no more.
I don't shoot no more, but I still remember. Right? Now that 9 ball's out deep enough, out of the pocket enough to where um, it doesn't become a factor at this point in the game.
I don't know what he's probably going to hit it on the left side of the 1. That way brings the cue ball down the table and leave the 1 behind there.
Right, and with the traffic.
Yes. If he hits it full, he's going to sell out.
Explain, Stevie, exactly what you mean.
He's
Bring
going to put 2 rails behind the left side of the 1 and
Yeah.
try to bring the cue ball right next to the 9 and put the 1 next to the 6 or 7. Try to. He's in trouble.
Don't want to hit it square,
Oh, you see, I don't like that. Don't like that.
and he's not going to like it either.
He
Well, he kind of.
How does the 1-2-9 look?
Yeah.
Warren's going to take a good look at it.
1-2-9.
He's going to look at it.
I guess it's worth looking at, right?
You have to. I mean, there he is, there and down. See, you got to look at it. And, you know, even when you're playing straight pool, somebody just nudges the rack, the pack. You got to get down there and take a look because something could be dead.
There's always something dead.
Yeah, you got to look. If you don't, then it's shame on you.
Yeah,
See,
you're doing
look at him.
yourself
He
in.
looks like Tiger Woods, getting ready to putt.
Does that 1 ball go in the side? Does he?
Yeah, it goes.
It does go.
Yeah, it goes. He could use the 7 as a stop sign.
Yeah, I believe he'll probably, unless he's not feeling
Let's turn
it.
the audio up on the table, see if he calls that 9 ball.
He's got to overcut the 1, so it's hard. He can't stop the cue ball with the 7. He might hit the 7, come down the table.
Yeah, it's going to split those 7 and the 2. Got to hit it with some pace to come back to the center of the table if he does play it.
9 in a corner pocket, I believe he just called, didn't he? Or am I jumping the gun? No, he's cutting the 1. Okay, let's turn this audio down. Use the 7, hold the rock.
Good
Nice.
shot.
He's kind of on the wrong side of this 2 ball, I think. He wants to stay below the 3 and fire it in the upper left-hand corner. You really don't want to get above the 3.
Yeah, this is a hard shot to control if he wants to come and shoot it on the short side of, the closer of the 2 pockets, the 3 ball. Is he going to go up and back, or is he
Might
gonna,
nudge it. I mean,
It's a big pocket over here.
Yeah.
I
nine
don't
balls
like
in the
this
way.
though, Stevie. You know how many? You know that those tips of those side pockets seem to grow when you try to play this shot. You know.
Yeah, I don't believe he wanted to be on the rail for sure.
Well, it's no problem if he can make the 3 and roll up and play the 4-7, but this is like a key shot right here.
You got
The
to play
full-
to hit the 9, not to pocket the ball. It'll go in anyway.
Yeah, it's a huge pocket.
Yeah.
Stevie G.
Well, he's still on the rail, so he's going to bump this and go to the rail and come
Gotta
back.
hold the cue ball.
You think he's going to try and hold it or go to the
No,
rail?
He's on the rail. He might follow. Touchy shot. Lucky he hit it again.
I don't know if it's luck. These guys are always 24/7 on the table. They start to see the shots like they're normal now. You know.
Yeah, I don't think it's luck. I think it's just preparation.
Experience.
Yeah, experience. They have a good idea what the balls are going to do.
I go just to the center of the table. Have an angle.
To go around and come back for the
Center
6th.
table.
Yeah.
Center table.
One rail or?
One rail. And the guy would kill it.
He went to
too
the
much.
other side.
It's good. Don't get straight. He's good. Looks like he's gonna go on the hill now.
He's going back. He must have got a little straight. Yeah, he doesn't get too far out of line when he gets out of line.
And he gets right back in line.
Yeah,
too.
he sure does.
And that goes with moving the cue ball just enough where you got to just do what you got to do instead of sending it around the table like Troy likes
Right.
to play.
But he when he does get out of line, he's on a line. He's out of line on the right side of being out of line.
Troy used to play in the junior championships with Tony when they were kids. Warren Kiamco. If we don't have an earthquake, he's going down the hill.
All right. With
9-7.
We have Warren on the hill with the break, and he's been breaking. His percentages are pretty good with making a ball. I'm sure he'd like to make a ball, get a shot on the one, and close this out. Don't want to let Jeffrey's been battling. Besides that rack, they've been holding their break pretty well.
Yeah, he could have gone 2 racks up before he scratched on the side, Jeffrey.
Right, right.
Could have been 2 racks up, hit it even game, and now he's losing.
You're good. You're hitting your zipper there. Here we go. Oh, the scratching aside, yeah, that I was stepped away for a minute. I was watching from the back, but it did cost him.
He could have gone
That was
up
on the
2
6.
games. He was 7-6, could have been 8-6.
Yeah, he nipped something, and he.
Yes.
Yeah, I did see that. I think Tony was in the booth with you.
Let's see if he goes cut break.
He's a cut, smash, and break, I think. Yep.
Yeah, he used the cut break. He definitely had to spin on the rock to go up table.
Yeah, he's using the cut break with a little more force than a lot of people. Wow, look at this.
Real layout, huh?
Easy layout.
Slide the 2 past. He doesn't have to move the cue ball too much. He's going to spin the 2 in. Leave himself a little angle for the 3, 4, 5, 6. 7 has a pocket.
4 to the 5 is the key ball there. And then he should be clean.
Now, once he removes, if he stays there, he can go underneath the, go 3 rails
Yeah,
and come
that's
out,
the best way.
right?
He can't get straight. In order to get straight, he's got to go below the side pocket. So he's going to leave an angle here. That's it. Or 3 rails.
3 rails, what these gentlemen are saying is using the right rail, going underneath the 9 ball, using a long left rail, and then coming to the right side of the table, shooting the 5 in the upper left-hand corner. Watch the cue ball.
Watch the speed. You got a little long on it, but not by far. He'd have liked to have been off the rail. And here's a another key shot of this match.
You just make this.
Yeah.
And
You get to
you
come
take-
out naturally.
right. Just make it.
Warren's got to feel pretty good about his chances right here. I like that shot. That follow, it's not like a real follow. It's like a stun follow, you know. A lot of
He
the
send a ball, got right angle. If you hit it soft, if you hit it hard, you still get a shot. Throw it back. Played 8 in the same pocket. Oh, he had a little angle.
with the sinking of this 9, that's going to be a wrap.
Warren Kiamco defeats Jeffrey Ignacio by a score of 10-7. We want to thank Mr. Steve Paris, Troy, a.k.a. New Jersey pool player, for sitting in on this one. Thanks, guys.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Pleasure, Steve.
You got it. And, folks, we'll be right back. And we're going to take a few minutes, but coming up next is